Hello students, good evening. Welcome to another video of Vedantu Karnataka. This is Catherine, your physics master teacher. So, how are you all? I see a lot of comments in the chat saying, ma'am, tomorrow physics exam. Okay. Good evening, welcome to another video. Can you start now? Hi ma'am, good evening. Hello Siddhu, hello Anu, hello Chetan, Omkar, Lohit. Hello, welcome to the lesson, all of you. Do you all have your physics midterm exam tomorrow? Yeah. So today, as you've all seen, I'm going to do some numericals. Important numericals. I'll be doing 2 mark, 3 mark and 5 mark numericals. Okay. All the numericals that you need will be covered in this video. Yes. Can I have some fire emojis in the chat if you're all ready for today's class? Hello Spandana. Hello Abdul. Hello Guru. Hello. No, your exam is not tomorrow. All of you in the chat, let me know when your exam is. When is your first PU midterm exam? All of you comment the dates. Let's see how many of you have exam tomorrow, how many of you have next week. Let's see all that. Good evening, Sumit Kumar. Numericals, I'm doing it. Okay. Tensed. Why tensed? It's just a midterm exam. Okay. You don't have to be tensed. We've given you all the content, 1 markers, 2 markers, 3 markers, 5 markers, everything separately. I've made videos. So each of that you can refer. Numericals, I'm doing it today. Yeah. Why do you have to be tensed? We'll start in 1 minute. Okay. Lolakshi Shetty has exam tomorrow. Okay. Others, all of you comment your exam dates in the chat. Let's see when your exams are. Quickly. And put some fire emojis in the chat if you're ready to learn. Ready to solve some numericals with me. Chetan is scared. Wednesday physics exam. Okay, so you have a lot of time. All the content. Numericals was the only thing pending. Numericals, I'm doing it today. So with numericals, all the content is out there on the channel. Okay, you just have to go to Vedantu Karnataka, click on the live session. There, I have the videos. 1 markers, 2 markers, 5 markers. Everything is done. Okay? Chetan is scared. Why are you crying, Chetan? Okay, it's 6. Let's start. Are you all ready to solve some questions with me? Hey, what did I do? Yeah. Ma'am, please tell 3 marks, 5 marks. 3 marks and 5 marks numericals I'll tell in this class. But if you want to know theory questions, please go to Vedantu Karnataka. There I have done 2 videos. Okay. 3 mark important questions are there. 5 mark important questions for first PU is also there. 1 mark is also there. 2 mark is also there. All of that you can check. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Chetan. So sweet of you. Hello, Chinese world. Okay, all of you go grab your calculator, your pen, your paper. Let's solve some questions. Quickly, all of you ready? Yeah? Ready? Let's solve some questions. Okay, question number 1. A body moving with an initial velocity 5 meters per second and uniform acceleration 1 meter per second square. Determine its velocity after 20 seconds. Okay, so there's a body moving. So any body that's moving applies Newton's laws of motion. So here there's a body moving. So we will use Newton's first law of motion, which is V is equal to U plus AT. Okay, so this body is moving with initial velocity 5. So U is 5 plus acceleration 1 and time is 20 seconds. So you just have to solve this. We will get 5 plus 20, 25 meters per second. Easy peasy, very easy. Yeah? No problem. Okay, so with this video, all the videos are there on the channel. You just have to watch them and study. Yeah, that's all I can do for you students. Now you have to sit and study. Alright, all of you quickly like the video. Please mark your attendance, like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep giving you exciting content like this. Alright, done? All of you got 25? Next question. A constant force of 8 Newton is applied to a body of mass 3 kg. Find the acceleration. It's a very direct question. What's the formula relating acceleration, force and mass? Newton's second law of motion, F is equal to ma. So A is equal to F by m, which is 8 by 3. You'll get 2.66 meters per second square. Okay? Done. If you're all done, put some fire emojis in the chat quickly, full of energy. This class should be full of energy. Quickly, all of you put some fire emojis in the chat. Next question. A 10 kilogram object accelerates at 2 meters per second square. What is the magnitude of the force? Again, acceleration is 2, mass is 10. What is the magnitude of the force? Yeah, is the question. So F is equal to ma, which is 10 into 2, which is 20 Newton. Oh wow, Chetan. For Chetan, in Chetan's district, all questions which you sent, which you explained, came in our exam, ma'am. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm very happy to hear that, Chetan. Where in Karnataka are you from? So, will you get full marks, Chetan? Chetan will get full marks? Yes. Did you all get 20 Newtons? Okay. Next question. Chetan, what you should do is, I want you to send this channel to your class groups and tell all your friends this, okay? Ask them also to join our channel. Ask them to subscribe so we can keep growing this wonderful family of us. Yeah? We can be a huge family. Okay, next question. A body of mass 1.5 kilogram has linear moment of 6 kilograms. Find its linear velocity. So we have linear velocity, linear momentum and mass. What is one equation relating all of them? Momentum is mass times velocity. So velocity is momentum times mass. So momentum is how much? 6. In the question it's 6. Mass is 1.5. 6 by 1.5 is 4. Yeah? Got it? Are you all getting it? Good evening, Jeevita. How are you? Good evening, Lolakshi. Are you all ready for the midsem? Only numericals remaining, everything else is done? Yeah? Okay, next question. A constant force of 8 Newton is applied to a body which displaces it through a distance of 9 meters. Okay, so force is 8 Newton. Distance, let's say x or distance d. Oh, Sumit Kumar said about me. Sumit Kumar is one of my favorite students. He comes to every class. He's there in this class also, no? Sumit Kumar, are you here? Okay. Sumit Kumar told about me, so Chetan should tell to other students. Ma'am, 100% passed. Very good, Jeevita. Superb. So proud of you, okay? So proud, so proud. All of you are doing too good. 72 joules. My voice is breaking. Can you confirm? Chetan, Chini, Jeevita, Lolakshi said my voice is breaking. Students, please tell all your friends about our channel. Let them also learn, no? Not only you guys should get full marks, they should also get, no? Yeah. Next question. 100% pass, Jeevita. Very good, Jeevita. Super proud of you. Chetan also will get super marks. Okay, next question. An object of mass 10 kilogram is moving with a speed of 5 meters per second. Estimate the kinetic energy associated with the object. Okay. So, mass is given as 10 kg. Speed is given as 5 meters per second. Some of you might consider, ma'am, V is velocity. See, for kinetic energy, V can be velocity or speed because we are not considering direction. We can take it as speed or velocity. Okay? Yeah. So, kinetic energy is what? Half mv square. So, this is half times 10 times 5 square. So, which is 5 into 5 square, which is 125 energy. So, the answer will be joules. Yeah, Sumit Kumar, your friend Chetan is here. Okay. Next question. To maintain a rotor at a uniform angular speed of 200 radians second inverse, an engine needs to transmit a torque of 180 nanometer. Newton meter. What is the power required by the engine? So very easy formula. Power is what? Torque times omega. Direct question. What is the value of torque? 180 Newton meter times 200. So this is going to be 36,000 watts, which is 36 kilowatt. Okay. Yes. Students, these are all very easy questions because these are all 2-mark questions. Okay, I didn't want to start with 5 and put you into depression. So I wanted to pamper you a little. So I'm putting some 2-mark questions. Then we'll move on to 3-mark and then we'll move on to 5-mark. Okay, so you need some energy for today's class. Okay. Chinese world, are you getting all the answers? Yes, all those are getting answers. Put some fire emojis in the chat. Next question. The radius of the earth is RE. Okay. So radius of the earth is RE. Find the depth at which acceleration due to gravity is half the acceleration due to gravity at the surface. Okay. So if this is earth at a certain depth, okay, let's at a certain depth. Here, the value of gravity is equal to half the value of gravity on the surface of the earth. So gravity at that particular depth is equal to half the value of gravity on the surface of the earth. That is what is given to us in the question. So we know the formula for gravity at a depth is how much? G times 1 minus d by RE. Yeah. GD is equal to G times 1 minus d by RE. Alright. So if I take this to this side, GD by G is equal to 1 minus d by RE. Now what's the relationship between GD and G? GD is half G. Yeah. So this is half G by G is equal to 1 minus d by RE. So G and G cancels. Okay, I'll write it here. G and G cancels. So I will get half is equal to 1 minus d by RE. Yeah. So if I take 1 to the other side, half minus 1 is minus half. Minus half is equal to minus d by RE. So half is equal to d by RE. So d is equal to RE by 2. Yeah, that is what I get here. So that's the answer. Okay. System of particles is tough. System of particles, I have not done a lesson on system of particles, but after your midterm, I'll do it. Okay. So right now, I don't think I'll be able to do a class right now because some of you have your midterms tomorrow. No. But I will definitely do a lecture on system of particles. I'll make it very easy for you. Okay. Don't worry, Chetan. Right now, for your midterm, somehow you can manage. Okay. For your end term, system of particles will be easy for you. Alright? Yeah, Chinni, I remember you came in yesterday's second PUC class and you told me, right? See, I have the video done. Yeah? So, the only thing I want from all of you to spread the channel. Okay? Let's, reach the channel to at least 50,000 subscribers. Yeah? So, spread the channel as much as possible. Alright, next question. A moving car along a straight road with a speed of 126 kilometers per hour is brought to a stop within a distance of 200 meters. What is the retardation of the car? Okay. What is the retardation of the car? So here, there's a moving car. It's coming. It's moving with a speed of 126. Okay. And it has to stop. So speed is decreasing, and then it is stopping. So it's a moving car. So we'll take the equation of motion where we have v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Why did I take this? Because in this question, distance is given. Yeah? Distance is given, acceleration is given, initial and final velocity is required. So v square equals u square plus 2as. Okay? So how much is my u? U is given to me as 126 kilometers per hour. So I have to convert that into meters per second. So 126 into 5 by 18, which will be 35 meters per second. Okay. So final velocity V is 0. Distance is 200. So let's substitute all that in our equation. So final velocity, why is final velocity 0? Because the car is going and hitting. It's going and stopping. So when it stops, final velocity is 0. So 0 is equal to initial velocity is 126, which I converted into 35 u square plus 2 times a times 200. Now if you do the math, this will be 0 equals 1225 plus 400a. So a will be minus 3.06. So acceleration is minus 3.06. Now what will retardation be? Retardation will be negative of acceleration. Since acceleration is minus 3.06, retardation will be plus 3.06. Okay. So the answer is 3.06. Yes, Sumit Kumar, I remember you also. Okay. Shini told me, so I just responded to her. I remember you also asked me for today's class. Yeah. Okay. Done? Are you all doing problems or sitting and talking to me? Are you all solving this also? Yes? If you're all solving this, quickly put some fire emojis in the chat. Yes, very good, Chini. 3.06. Good. Next question. A stone thrown vertically upwards with a velocity of 20 meters per second. Calculate the maximum height reached by it. G is 10 meters per second. Okay. So I'm standing, I'm throwing a stone up. Okay. So I'm throwing it against acceleration because I'm throwing it up. I'm not throwing it down, I'm throwing it up. So acceleration will be minus g because I'm throwing it against acceleration. Velocity is given as 20. Velocity is initial velocity because initially I'm throwing it with a velocity of 20. So u is 20 meters per second. And then what else? Now, when I throw it, what happens? I throw it up and then it goes up, it stops there and then it comes down. So my final velocity will be 0. Gravity is 10. What else is given? Yeah, we have to find out distance. So we have to find out the maximum height. Okay. So what's the equation that has height? V square plus u square, not plus v square, is equal to u square plus 2as. So since gravity is minus g, this equation becomes u square minus 2gs. So 0 is equal to 20 square minus 2 times 10 times h. I don't know, I have to find out. So 0 is equal to 400 minus 20h. So h will be 400 by 20. So the answer is 20 meters. Okay? 20 meters. Yeah? Oh my god, Chetan, that's okay, Chetan. Next exam, you will get full marks. Okay? Don't worry. Alright? Done? Did you all get the answer? Quickly let me know in the chat if you got the answers. Okay, Chinni got 20. Very good. Next question. Two forces of 4 newtons and 3 newton act at a point making an angle of 60 degree with one another. Find the magnitude of resultant of the two forces. So there are two forces, okay? 4 newtons and 3 newtons, okay? And they make an angle of 60 degree between them. How will we find out the magnitude of the resultant? Magnitude of the resultant is what? R is equal to square root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. So this is basically square root of 4 square plus 3 square plus 2 times 4 into 3 into cos 60. So if you do the math, you will get square root of 37, which is 6.08. Good, Jivita. My God. Thank you, Chetan. Chetan is giving me free promotion. Okay? Done? Are you all getting it? Did you all get the answer as 6.08 newtons? Quickly, let me know. Yes, Lolakshi got 6.08. And others? Okay, next question. A body of mass 25 kg moving initially with a speed of 15 meters per second brought to stop with an average retardation of 2.5 meters per second square. How long does the body take to stop? Okay, so what's happening? So initially it has a mass of 25 kg. Okay, it's moving with initial speed of 15 meters per second. So initial speed means u of 15 meters per second. It's brought to stop. That means the body has stopped. Okay, so when the body stopped, final velocity is 0. Okay, average retardation or acceleration will be minus 2.5. If retardation is plus 2.5, acceleration will be minus 2.5. Okay, then we just have to substitute here. We don't have to find distance, we have to find time. That's why we don't take v square equals u square plus tas. We take v is equal to u plus at. Okay, v is equal to u plus at. V is 0, u is 15 minus 2.5 into t. So 0 is equal to 15 minus 2.5 into t. So t will be 6 seconds. Yeah. Are you all getting 6? Quickly let me know in the chats if you're all getting 6. Yes, all of you got 6? 6 seconds. Okay. Next question. Constant force acting on a body of mass 5 kg changes its speed from 4 meters per second to 7 meters per second in 2 seconds. The direction of the body remains unchanged. What is the magnitude of force? Okay. Force acting on a body. So let's say mass is 5 kg. Alright. Changes its speed from 4 to 7. So initial velocity is 4, final velocity is 7. How much is force? So from Newton's second law, we know force is mass times acceleration, which is mass we know, but acceleration we don't know. So it will be m. Acceleration is what? V minus u by t. Change in velocity by time. So this is going to be equal to 5 into 7 minus 4 by 2. When you do the answer, you will get 7.5 newtons. Okay? It's going to be 7.5 newtons. Right? Yes. Tomorrow is my exam. Okay. Ma'am, I'm worried. Tips in the last, ma'am. Yeah, I'll give you tips at the end. Okay, watch the whole video. At the end, I'll give you tips. Alright, are you all getting the answer? Okay, let's look at the next question. 2 billiard balls, each of mass 0.05 kilograms, move in opposite directions with a speed of 6 meters per second. Okay? They collide and rebound with the same speed. What is the impulse imparted to each ball due to the other? So there are 2 billiard balls, okay? They're coming, they have mass 0.05 and 0.05. They're moving in opposite directions with a speed of 6 meters per second, okay? We have to find out the impulse. What is the formula for impulse? Impulse is a small force, a large force in a short, small interval. But impulse is also the same as momentum. So we can say impulse is m times del v. Yeah. Impulse is m times del v. Okay. Del v is what? Change in velocity. Okay. So since there are 2 balls, they have the speeds 6 and 6. Okay. So this will be 6 plus 6, 12 meters per second will be the total speed. And what will the velocity, mass is 0.05. So impulse will be 0.05 times 12, it will be 0.6 nanoseconds. Okay. Impulse is force times time, Chetan, but there's also a formula where impulse is change in momentum. Okay, that is what I have used here. Yeah. Hi, King Pirates. Good evening. Hi, Kim. Hello, welcome to the lesson. Do you all have your midterm tomorrow? All of you grab your pen, paper, come solve numericals with me. Okay? Yes, Sam, I am. Are you? Okay, next question. A bullet of mass 0.04 kilograms moving with a speed of 90 meters per second. Okay, the mass of the bullet is 0.05. It's moving with a speed of 90 meters per second. Enters a heavy wooden something. Okay, there's a word missing there, and is stopped after a distance of 0.6 meters. What is the average resistive force exerted by the block on the bullet? Okay, so what happens? There's a wooden sheet here, a bullet of mass 0.04 kilograms with a speed of 90, it goes, hits, okay, after it passes through, it is stopped at a distance of 0.6, okay. So we have to find out the force exerted by this block on the bullet. So this, this what? The speed, yeah, there's motion, there's acceleration. So V square equals U square plus 2AS. Okay. Finally, what happens? The bullet stops. So this is 0 square is equal to U is how much? 90. Speed is 90. 90 square plus 2 times acceleration into distance is 0.6. So from this you will get acceleration is what? Minus 6,750. Now we have to find out force. Force is equal to mass times acceleration. So 0.04 into minus 6750, which is minus 270 newtons. Okay. Yes. Okay. Are you all getting it? Quickly, all of you, all those who are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Yes, SHP Gaming. I'm going to discuss 2 markers, 3 markers and 5 markers. So you might not get the exact same question, but if you have understood all the concepts of the numericals that I'm solving today, then you will definitely be able to solve all the numericals in your exam. Okay? Yes? Okay. Next question. You shouldn't by heart these. You should learn how to solve them. Only then it will be possible. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. A force F, which is equal to 5I cap plus 3J cap plus 2K cap newtons, is applied over a particle with which displaces it from its origin to the point R, which is equal to 2I cap minus J cap M. Calculate the work done on the particle. Okay. So F is what? It's 5I cap plus 3J cap plus 2K cap newtons. All right. And R is how much? It is 2I cap minus J cap meters. And what is the formula for work done? The formula for work done is force times displacement. So what I will do is I'll take all the I cap terms. 5I cap and 2I cap will be 5 into 2 plus J. What are the J cap terms? For F it's 3, for R it's minus 1. So 3 into minus 1 plus what are the K cap terms? Only 2. R does not have a K cap element. So it is 2 times 0. So this will be equal to 5 into 2, 10. 10 minus 3, which is 7 joules. Okay. Are you all getting 7 joules? Yes. Thank you very much, Chetan. All right. Did you all get 7 joules? Quickly let me know in the chats if you all got 7 joules. Yeah, you got 7 joules. See, by the end of this class, we need to have 34.5k subscribers. Okay. So quickly hit that subscribe button, hit a like, and let us know that you love us. Yeah. Ma'am, break. It's just 20 minutes and you want to break so fast. I'll give you a break after 1 hour. Okay. This question appeared exactly same in my paper. Yeah, these are all previous year questions. Okay, next question. A man pushes a roller with a force of 50 newtons through a distance of 20 meters. Okay, so he's pushing with a force of 50 through a distance of 20 meters. Calculate the work done if the handle of the roller is inclined at an angle of 600 with the ground. Okay, so work done is what? F dot D, which is FD cos theta. Yeah, it's FD cos theta. Force is how much? 50 newtons. Distance is 20 meters. The angle of 60 degree. Okay, it's not 600. 60 degree. So 60, cos 60. Cos 60. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. So 50 times 20 times 1 by 2, which is 500 joules. Okay? Did you all get the answer? Done? Okay. Next question. Find the torque of a force of 2I cap minus 3J cap plus 4K cap above the origin. The force that's acting on the particle with position vector is I plus J minus K. Okay? I plus J minus K. So this one, students, a lot of students have doubts on how to solve this cross product. Okay? So I'm going to explain it in like very clearly on how to solve cross product. So I want you all to listen carefully. Okay? What is happening here? I'll just take this to the other screen. Okay, anyways. So this cross product, I'll explain it to you in detail, how to solve it. Okay? So what are the force terms? Force is 2I cap plus 3J cap plus 4K cap. And position vector is I cap plus J cap minus K cap. Both of these are given to us in the question, and our question is to find torque. Okay, so the formula is torque is equal to R cross F. Alright, so students, if you have A cross B, when you put it in a cross product, you should put A first and then B. Okay, I'll explain it to you. So, torque is equal to the cross product of R cross F. Okay, so how will I write that matrix? First thing what I will do is, first row is always I cap, J cap, K cap. First row is always I cap, J cap and K cap. Second row is the first element. It's R cross F. So second row is all the R terms. So if it was A cross B, second row will be all the A terms. So second row is all the R terms. So what is the number for I cap? 1. J cap is also 1. It's minus K cap. So the number in front of K cap is minus 1. Now the third row is what? F terms. What is the number in front of I cap? 2. The number in front of J cap is 3. The number in front of K cap is 4. Okay. So this is how we've written our matrix. Yeah. The matrix is I, J, K, 1, 1, minus 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next step is solving the matrix. Okay. So to solve the matrix, what we should do first is we should take the row and column containing I cap. So this is I cap. Yeah. So the row containing I cap is this whole thing, and the column containing I cap is this much. Okay. So step 1, I will take I cap terms, the row and column containing I cap. Why did I take that? I just took that to remove that and take the numbers which are not there in that row and column. Okay. So I, J, K, I, 1, 2. This is the row and column that has I cap. So those two I eliminated and I take the rest of the numbers. Okay. So this is my matrix for I cap. Alright. This is the matrix for I cap. Now, Yeah. Now let's just take this matrix and write it up. So first thing what I'll write is for I cap, I'll write it as I cap itself. I cap into the determinant of this matrix. Okay. I cap into the determinant of this matrix. So what I will do, I will cross multiply and subtract. So it will be 1 into 4 minus the other 3 into minus 1. This is the first element. Is this much clear? Next is J cap elements. But whenever you put J cap, you put it as minus J cap. Okay? So I cap numbers minus J cap numbers and then plus K cap. Now what are the terms for J cap? So which matrix should I take for J cap? So same process we will repeat. We'll eliminate the row and column that has J cap. Okay? Let me erase this matrix. So for J cap, what I will do is, I will take the row and the column that has J cap. So I'll eliminate all those, the row and column that has J cap, and then I will take the matrix. What is the matrix? 1 minus 1, 2 and 4 is my matrix. Yeah, these two and these two. 1 minus 1, 2 and 4. Then I'll do the determinant here. Crossing the terms 1 into 4 minus 2 into minus 1. Okay. Next, K cap is always plus K cap. Alright. K cap is plus K cap. And how do I find the numbers? I will take the row and column that does not have K cap. So I will eliminate this row and this column. So now what is my matrix for K cap? It is 1, 1, 2 and 3. This one. This is the matrix for K cap. 1, 1, 2 and 3. So let's substitute that again here. So K is equal to 1 into 3 minus 1 into 2. So this is my whole matrix. Now let's open the brackets. So I cap 4 minus 3 into minus 1 is 3. So 4 plus 3 minus J cap 4 plus 2, 5, 6 plus K cap 3 minus 2 is 1, 4. So you will get the answer as 4. One small mistake that I made. Okay, so you will get the answer. This is how you do it. Okay, there's no mistake here. This is how you do it. And then this will be a final answer. Okay, but one small problem here is when I did these questions, I took this question as 2 I cap plus 3 J cap and I did all the solutions. Okay, but the actual question is 2 I cap minus 3 J cap. That's okay. The solution that I've done here, this is with respect to 2 I cap minus 3 J cap. So even if the typed answer and the answer that I've written does not match, is because in the question I didn't take the minus sign. Alright. So that's a careless mistake from my side. So whatever question I wrote here, I solved it with that. Alright. Yeah. So the idea is you learn how to solve it, and that is done here. Now if it was minus 3 instead of plus 3, then you just have to put minus here. So this will become minus. So this would have become minus. Here also it will be minus. Here also it will be minus. And then the answer will change accordingly. Okay. So if you see, the basic idea is you understand on how to solve that. Okay. So if you've not understood, you can just go back, watch this video in, reduce the speed and watch it and write it along with the video. Okay. So other than that, all the other steps I've typed it out neatly here for you. Okay. Is it clear? Yes. Okay. Next question. Next question. A meter stick is balanced on a knife edge at its center when 2 coins, okay, so there's a meter stick which is balanced on a knife edge at its center. Okay, this is balanced on a knife edge at its center like this. When two coins, each of mass 5 grams, are put on the top of the other at the 12 centimeter mark. Okay, at a distance of 12 centimeter, two masses are put 5 grams. The stick is found to be balanced at 45 centimeter. What is the mass of the meter stick? Okay, is found to be balanced at 45 centimeter. Okay, so see, the mass times 5 grams, okay, is basically equal to m times 5 is equal to 2 times 5. Okay, so let the mass of the stick is just m grams. 2 times 5 times at what distance is it? 45 minus 12. So that will be 5m will be 330. So m will be 330 by 5, which is 66 grams. Okay? Okay. The 2 mark questions are coming to an end. This is gravitation. Those were all from center of mass. Rotation, that chapter. The chapter before gravitation. This is from gravitation. The acceleration due to gravity on moon is 1.7. Okay. So acceleration due to gravity on moon is 1.7. Radius is 0.27 times the radius of the earth. Okay, 0.27 times the radius of the earth. Calculate the ratio of mass of the earth to mass of the moon. Okay, mass of the earth to mass of the moon. Okay. Okay, mass of the earth. So these are the relationships given. GM is given, R is given. Now we already know that GE is equal to ME by RE square. Okay. Similarly, GM will be equal to MM by RM square. And I'm just taking the ratio of the two. So when you take the ratio of the two, this becomes ME by RE square divided by MM by RM square. So this will be equal to ME by MM into RM by RE square. Yeah. Now what I can write this as is, I can write it as ME by MM can be written as GE by GE into RE by RM. And RE by RM, I know the relationship. RE is what? RM is 0.27 times RE. So when you multiply and you substitute, you will get 79. Can you all try it and let me know if you're getting the answer? Quickly, quickly, quickly. Do it. Are you all getting 79? Okay, next question. Mass of the earth is 80 times that of the moon. Okay, so mass of the earth is 80 times mass of the moon. All right, and radius of the earth is 4 times radius of the moon. Acceleration due to gravity on the earth is 9.8. Okay, calculate its value on the moon. So we have to find out gravity of moon. Okay, yeah, break I'll give you after 10 minutes. Let me just finish this part. Okay, all right. So next, the general formula I know, G is equal to GM by R square. Okay, so GE by GM is what? ME by RE square divided by MM by RM square. Same thing that we did earlier. So ME by MM into RM by RE square. So here, what is RM? It is 4 times. What is RE? 4 times RM. So I can write it as 1 by 4 square, which is 80 into 1 by 16, which is 5. Okay. So now I will substitute that here. So GE by GM will be 5. So from that, GM will be GE by 5 and the answer will be 1.96. Okay. Okay, next question. The escape velocity on Earth is 11.2 kilometers per second. Find the escape velocity on a planet whose radius is 2 times that of the Earth and mass is 3 times that of the Earth. Okay, so let's say escape velocity is 11.2. So what is the formula? The formula is escape velocity is equal to square root of 2 gm by r. This is the general formula. Okay. Now escape velocity of a random planet, okay, of a planet is 2 gm, mp and rp. So this is basically square root of 2g. What is the relation between mass of the planet and mass of the earth? Mass of the planet is 3 times mass of the earth. So instead of mp, I can write it as 3me, okay? And radius of the planet is 2 times radius of the earth. So instead of rp, I can write it as 2 times re. So this will be equal to 3 I'll take outside. So square root of 3 I take outside. What remains? 2 me g divided by re. So this was the initial formula for Vp. So square root 3 into Ve. Yeah. And Ve value we know. So square root 3 into 11.2, you will get 19.4. Okay. Are you all able to do it? Got it? Okay. A Saturn year is 29.5 times Earth year. How far is Saturn from Sun if Earth is 1.5 times 10 raised to 8 kilometers from the Sun? So Kepler's law, what does Kepler's law says that T square is proportional to R cube. Okay. So Ts by Te square is proportional to Rs by Re cube. Yeah. Hi, Alok. It's clear. Okay, good. Yeah. Ts by Te square is proportional to Rs by Re square. Yeah. So Ts is how much? 29.5 times Te. Re is 1.58. So you just have to substitute. You will get the answer. Okay. Getting it? Okay. Next question. An Earth satellite in a circular orbit at a height h of 200 kilometer above Earth. Okay. The radius of Earth is 6,400. So if this is the Earth, this is where the satellite is. Okay. This is where the satellite is. This distance is 200. But the radius of the Earth is how much? 6,400. So the total distance at which the satellite is basically 6,400 plus 200, which is 6.6 into 10 raised to 6. Okay, that's the total height at which the orbit is. Now, what is the velocity of the orbit? V is equal to square root of gm by r, yeah, which is equal to square root of gre square by r, which is 9.8 times. Re is how much? 6.4 into 10 raised to 6, the whole square, the whole divided by 6.6 into 10 raised to 6. So you will get approximately 7.8. Okay. Okay. Yeah. With that, we can have a break before we start with the 3-mark questions. So this is an end to 2-mark question. So let me know if you've all got this right. Okay. Yeah. We will at okay. So we'll quickly continue after some time. Hello students, I'm back. Are you back? Seven, yeah. Focus is minus. Let me check on my phone. Focus is good on my phone. I think you should just, adjust the quality on yours. Then it'll be fine. Hello, Chinese world. Hello, gamer. Okay, let's continue. Full energy, full Josh. Yes. Hi. Next question. A body covers the first one-third distance at a constant speed of 20 meters per second. Okay, so this is a body is moving from A to B. The first one-third, 1 by third, the body covers in 20 meters per second. Okay, the next one-third, the next 1 by third in 40, and the next 1 by third in 60 meters per second. Calculate the average velocity of the body over the complete journey. Okay, so let's consider the whole journey as D. Okay, from A to B, the full journey is D, and it's divided into three parts: D by 3, D by 3, and D by 3. Okay, so this part is D by 3, this is D by 3, and this is D by 3. All right, the full journey is divided into D, and then three parts, D by 3. So time taken for each part. For the first part, time taken is what? Distance by speed. Distance is what? D by 3 divided by speed is 20. The time taken for second journey is distance is again D by 3, speed is 40. For time 3, distance is again D by 3, speed is 60. Okay. What is the total time? Total time is T1 plus T2 plus T3. Yeah. The total time T is T1 plus T2 plus T3, which is equal to, what is T1? D by 3 into 20 plus D by 3 into 40 plus D by 3 into 60. All the D by 3s I take outside. So what remains? 1 by 20 plus 1 by 40 plus 1 by 60. So this is equal to D by 3 into, taking all the LCM, you will get 11 by 120. So you will get total time is 11 D by 360. Now, what is the average velocity? Total distance by total time. Total distance is D. Total time is 11D by 360. So, the total answer will be 32.72. Okay. Mr. Gamer, where were you? We just came back after a break. Yeah. Okay. Hi. Hi, Rohini. Hello. Welcome to the lesson. All right. Are you understanding this? Okay. Next question. A player throws a ball vertically upwards. Okay, so there's a player, he has a ball, he throws that vertically upwards with a speed of 29.4 meters per second. Okay, calculate the maximum height attained by the ball. Okay, so when he throws up, the maximum height attained by the ball and time taken by the ball to reach the maximum height. Okay, so we have to calculate two things, H and T. Alright, so it's a ball that's moving. So we will take the equation of motion which has height involved, which is V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Now, how can we modify it for this question? V square is equal to U square. Since we are throwing it up, it is minus 2 times acceleration is gravity and distance is h. Okay, minus 2gh. That's how we modify this question. All right. Now, what am I going to do? U square, I'll take it as 29.4. Yeah, which is the speed. Okay. The speed is 29.4. 29.4 square minus 2 times gravity is 9.8. Height is h. So 2 times 9.8 h, blah, 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 you get 29.4. So if you solve it, you will get h is 44.1. Simple math. You're all so smart. I don't have to solve this for you, no? We have to find out maximum height. We'll use another equation of motion, which is V is equal to U plus AT. So now here you're throwing a ball up. So this acceleration will be written as minus gravity. So U plus AT will be U minus GT. Okay, so this is equal to 0 will be equal to 29.4 minus 9.80. So T is 22.4 by 9.8, which is 3 seconds. Okay. Yes, you can take gravity as 10 also, students. Unless and until it's not mentioned, you can take it as 9.8 or 10. Both are correct. Okay. Yes, Yukta. All right. Next question. A body projected vertically upwards with a velocity of 15 meters per second from the top of a tower reaches ground in 5 seconds. Find the height of the tower. Gravity G is equal to 9.8 meters per second. Yeah. So, formula that I'm going to use is x is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay. Now I'm going to modify this as instead of x, I'll take it as h is equal to ut. So again here it's moving vertically upwards. So against gravity. So minus acceleration is because of gravity gt square into half. That's the equation I have here. And then I just have to substitute the terms. What are the terms? U, initial velocity is given in the question, it's 15 times 5 is the time minus 1 by 2 times what is gravity 9.8 and t square is what 5 square which is 25. If you do the math, you'll get minus 47.5. Okay, so this negative sign shows that the point is below the starting point. So the height of the tower is 47.5 m. Okay, so that's how it is. Simple question. Yeah. Okay. Next question. The resultant of two vectors acting at an angle. Yeah. The resultant of the two vectors acting at an angle of 120 degrees at the right angle to the smaller force. If the greater force is 8 Newton, find the smaller force and the resultant. Okay. So let's say there are two forces, okay, that are acting at an angle of 120 degree. Okay. Two forces acting at an angle of 120 degree. The greater force is 8 Newton. How much is the smaller force and the resultant? That's the question. So greater force is that. We have to find out the smaller force. Since R is perpendicular to F, the angle between F and R is 90 degrees. Okay. So the angle between F and R. So this angle will be 90 degrees. So you can use the sine rule. Yeah. So how will we use the sine rule? So this angle is 90 degrees. So what I've drawn is not correct. Wait. I'll draw it properly. Yeah. So 120 degrees. If this is the resultant, okay, then this should be 120 degree. Okay. This should be 90. This should be 4. Oh, I'm not able to draw that properly, but I want you to understand this one thing that, let's say there are two forces. Okay, the angle between them is 120 degree, and here the angle here, I'm not able to draw it as a 90 degree, but this is 90 degree. So this is X, this is 8, this is R. All right. Okay. So if you use cosine sine rule, R and the angle opposite to line R is 120. So R by sine 120 is equal to the angle opposite to 8 is what? 90. So 8 by sine 90. So from this we can rearrange and we will get R as 8 times sine 120 by sine 90, which is 8 into root 3 by 2. So I will get R as 6.93. So now this side is 6.93. Now how will I find X? Very easy. What I will do is I will take this formula. R square is equal to X. I will take X. I will represent it as F. Okay. So F square plus 8 square plus 2 into F into 8 into cos 120. Yeah. 2 into F into 8 into cos 120. Now R we have found out. Everything else we know. If we just rearrange this, we will get F. Okay. So all the steps I've written here. Yes, what happened, Chinny? What happened? Okay, so all the steps I've written here. So, and then what you do is you rearrange it. So now you have a quadratic equation. The equation is of the form a square plus b square plus c is equal to 0. So not a square plus b square. 1 second. The formula is of the form. What is happening? The formula is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. It's of this form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay. And then you just have to do it quadratically. Alright. So you can all work it out by yourself. I think I have put the detailed steps here. The detailed steps are here. Okay. So the quadratic equation, this is the form. A is 1, B is minus 8, C is 15.9, and then substituting it in the equation and solving, you will get two answers, 4.14 and 3.86. So both are approximately 4. So we'll take the answer as 4. Okay. What happened, Abhishek? What do you need? Hello, Amruta. Welcome to the lesson. Alright. Getting it? All the steps are here. So you can just pause the video and go through all the steps. Okay. Next question. A football player kicks a ball at an angle of 30 degrees and the horizontal with an initial speed of 20 meters per second. Calculate maximum height and horizontal range. So here we have to calculate two things, maximum height and horizontal range. So maximum height, what is the formula height of a projectile? So here you need to know the equation is for projectile. Why? A football player kicks the ball, it moves with 30 degrees with the horizontal, which means it moves like this. But the angle between this, it moves like this. This angle here is 30 degrees. Okay. So the formula for maximum height is what? H is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g. The formula for maximum range is u square sine 2 theta by g. Some of you are wondering what is range, what is height. So range is the maximum distance it can go. This distance. Okay. Maximum height is this height. Yeah. This height and this one is along y-axis, one is along x-axis. Okay. Okay. So let's do it. So u square sine square theta by 2g. U is how much? 20 square into sine square theta is sine 30 the whole square, which is 1.5 or 1 by 2. Not 1.5, 1 by 2. So it will be 0.5 square the whole divided by 2 times 9.8. Okay. So 20 square is 400, 0.5 is 0.25, blah, blah. You just do the math, you get 5 meters. Simple substitution. All these things I'm not doing because you're all super smart kids. All the steps are there. Yeah. Okay. Now for horizontal range. Again, you just have to substitute the formula. R is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. Initial velocity is 400 into sine 30 2 into 30. 2 theta. So 2 into 30 divided by 9.8. Okay. So if you do it, 2 into 30 is sine 60. Sine 60 is 0.8. Okay. So the answer is going to be 34.64. So the horizontal range of the ball is 34.64. Alright. Did you get it all? Hi Purvaj. Good evening. Okay. Next question. The ceiling of a long hall is 25 meter. Okay. Yes, this is a long hall. The ceiling is at a height of 25 meters. What is the maximum horizontal distance that a ball thrown with a speed of 40 meters per second can go without hitting the ceiling? So I want you to understand the question. Okay. So here someone is he's throwing a ball. So without hitting the ceiling, how far can the ball go is the question. Okay. It shouldn't hit the ceiling. Yeah. Without hitting the ceiling, how far it can go, how much distance it can travel is the question. So first thing you need to calculate is the only thing that you need to calculate here is the range. So if the question is how far or how much distance it can travel, It's always the range. Okay? It's always the range on how much distance it can travel. Now, what is the formula for range? The formula for range is R is equal to U square sine 2 theta by G. But in the question, we have speed. 45 is given to you, 40 meters per second. The speed is given. Theta is not given. Yeah. So find theta, what we will do. We know it's the maximum height is 25. So we know H max is U square sine square theta by 2G. So to find out theta, I will find out using height. So first I will take the formula for height and then I'll find out theta. And then using that theta, I will calculate the range. That is what I'm going to do here. Okay? Okay. Okay. So what is the first step? Height is 25. So 25 is equal to initial velocity, or initial velocity is 40. So 40 square theta, I don't know, sine square theta divided by 2 into 9.8 is 25. So from the sine square theta is 2gh by u. Doing the math, we will get sine theta is 0.553. Okay. So I got sine theta as 0.553. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to substitute. Okay. Yeah, why did I find sine theta? Because I need to find range, and to find range I need theta. I don't have theta, that's why. Alright. Okay. Now you can either do theta sine inverse of 0.553 and get the answer and then substitute it in your R. But here I'm not doing that. I'm doing a different method where I don't need to use any tables. Okay. So what is the formula for range? U square sine 2 theta times G. Now I don't know sine 2 theta. I only know sine theta. Okay. So sine 2 theta, I'll write it as 2 sine theta cos theta. Okay. And cos theta is what? Root of 1 minus sine square theta. So sine 2 theta will be 2 into 0.553 into 0.083, which is 0.922. Okay. And then all the values you substitute in range, you will get the final answer as 150 meters. Okay. That will be your final answer. Alright. Done? Any doubts here? Okay, let's move on to the next question. A driver of a car is moving at 25 meters per second, sees a child on the road 70 kilometers ahead and stops the car 20 meters earlier to the child. If the mass of the car with the driver is 1000 kilograms, calculate the force exerted by the brakes on the car and the time taken to stop the car. Okay? Alright. It's a very easy question. Okay. So, there's a driver here. Okay, this is the car and there's a driver. He's driving. He sees a child here. Okay. He sees a child here and this distance is 70 meters. Now, he sees the child there but he stops his car here. Okay. At a distance of 20 meters, he stops the car. Alright. Now, so how much distance did the driver take to stop? He had to travel a distance of 50 meters to stop. Okay. So the distance he had to travel was 50 meters. So distance to stop is 50 meters. Okay. So initial speed is what? 25 meters per second given to in the question. Final speed is 0. Why? Because the car is initially moving with some speed and then it's stopping. So final speed is 0. So V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. So V square is 0, U square is 25 plus 2A into 50. Rearranging, we will get acceleration as minus 6.25. Now the question is to find out force. F is equal to MA. M I have, in the question it's given the car is 1000 kg. So M into A, you will get this as the answer. So I have the force. Now how will I find out the time taken? The time taken will be V is equal to U plus AT. You substitute U, A and T and get 4 seconds. Okay? What happens in his world? What do you want me to reply to? What did you ask me? Okay? understanding the question. Students, you have to understand this question. Please don't by heart the answer. Yeah, please understand the question. Okay, next question. A body of mass 2 kilograms is acted upon by two perpendicular forces 4 newtons and 3 newtons. Calculate the magnitude and direction of the acceleration of the body. Okay, so there are two masses. They have force 4 newtons and 3 newtons. So net magnitude is what? 4 square plus 3 square, which is 5 newton. And acceleration is what? F by m, which is 5 by 2. M is given to us in the question. It's 2.5. And what is the tan theta? So theta is basically tan inverse of y by x. So it's 3 by 4 and it's 36.87. Okay, next question. A machine gun of 15 kg fires 0.02 kg bullets at the rate of 10 per second with a speed of 300 meters per second. Calculate the force required to hold the gun in position. Okay. So mass of the bullet is 0.02. How many bullets are there? 10 bullets. Speed of the bullet is 300. Okay. So what will the momentum for one bullet be? It is mass times velocity. So 0.02 times 300, which is 6 kilograms meter per second. Okay. Now what is momentum? Momentum, this is the total initial momentum. Now for all the 10 bullets, it will be 10 into 6, which is 60 newtons. So that is the force required to hold the gun. 60 newtons. Okay? Yes? Alright. Next question. A body of mass 2 kilograms is placed on a horizontal surface having kinetic energy 0.5 and static friction 0.5. If the force applied on the body is 18 newtons, calculate the acceleration of the body. Take g is 10 meters per second square. Okay. So for kinetic friction, already you know the formula. What is the formula for friction? Friction F is equal to mu into mg. So mu k into mg. Yeah. So let's substitute. What is mu? 0.4 times 2 times 10, which is 8 newtons. Alright. So what is the net force? Net force, see, the friction force is 8 and the force applied by the body is 18. So the net force is what? Total 18 minus 8, which is 10 newtons. So acceleration is force by m, which is 10 by 2, which is 5. Yeah. Students, friction is always opposing the motion. So if the body is moving forward with a force of 18 newton, it has a friction of 8 newton in the backwards. So the net force is 18 minus 8, which is 10 newton. Okay. Let's look at the next question. Two masses, 8 kilograms and 12 kilograms, are connected at the two ends of a light inextensible string that goes over a frictionless pulley. Calculate the acceleration of the mass and tension of the string when the masses are released. Okay, so this question you need to understand what's happening. There are two masses. Okay, this is the first mass. It is attached over a pulley, and then this is the second mass. Okay, my pulley is pathetic. Okay, so over a pulley, I attach two masses. Yeah. So one mass, this is 8 kg and then this is 12 kg. Alright. And there's no friction. There are two masses hanging over a pulley. Calculate the acceleration of the masses and the tension in the string. So we need to equate the forces here. That's the first step. Hi Ayas. Sabel. Hi. Okay. So we need to find out what are the forces acting here. So first thing, in both the cases, okay, it has its, mass acting downwards. Yeah. So here, this mass is M2. Okay. M2 and G acts downwards. And here, this string has tension acting on it. Alright. Tension will be acting in the upward direction. Mg will be acting in the downward direction. Alright. Now for mass M1, what happens? For mass M1, It's moving up. So again, tension is acting upwards. M1G is acting downwards. Yeah? Yes, I know Guru Raj. He comes to my class. Alright. There is M2G acting downwards, M1G acting downwards, tension acting upwards on both the sides. Alright. Now, listen to me very carefully, students. I'll tell you how you're going to write down the equations. Okay. Now, first for M2. Okay. First one for M2. For M2, which means the heavy one, for 12 kg one, for M2. What is happening? It's moving down. So in whichever direction the object is moving, that the direction, the force in that direction should come first. So now M2 is moving down. So what is the force in the downward direction? It's M2G. So I take M2G first minus the opposite force, which is T. And this is equal to the total force, which is F. F is basically what? MA. So it's basically M2A. Understood? Now for M1. For M1, the mass is moving up. Yeah? See, on the pulley, M2 is moving down, M1 is moving up. So when M1 is moving up, what is the force in the upward direction? It's tension. And M1 is opposite to the direction of the motion. So you have to take the force in the direction of motion. M1 is moving up and the upward force is tension. So T will come first. And then the opposite force, which is minus M1G, is again equal to force, which is M1A. So that is how I get these two equations. Which are the two equations? M2G minus 2 equals MA and T minus M1G is equal to M1A. These two equations I get from my figure. Are you all understanding? Yeah, these two equations I get from my figure. Next step is very easy. You put numbers. What is M2 into G? We know its mass is 12, G is 9.8, minus T is 12A. You rearrange the equation, you will get this equation. Same thing you do for M1. Okay? Same thing you'll do for M1. So, M1 is 8. So, T minus 8 into 9.8 is equal to 8A. So, you will get two equations with T. So, T equals two things. T equals 117.6 minus 12A is equation 1. T equals 78.4 plus 8A is equation 2. Okay. So these two equations you get. So I hope you understood on how you get these equations. Now we're going to simultaneously solve them for A. Okay. So that is the next step. Simultaneously solving them for A. So I will write down the two equations and then I'll just subtract them. I'll get 39.2 is 20A. So from that I will get A is 91.96. Okay. Yeah. Now how will I find tension? I will just substitute this A in any one of my previous equations. So I'll substitute A in either equation 1 or equation 2. Yeah. So in this, the equation answer that I've typed out, I substituted T in equation 2. So what will T be? 78.4 plus 8 into, instead of A, I will write 1.96. And that's how I get the answer, 94.09. Okay. It's a very easy question if you understand on how to do it. Yes, Chinese world, what should I reply? You just keep typing, ma'am, reply. What should I reply? I know, Guru Raj. I ask. Okay? Yes. Okay. Okay. Next question. Next question. A 70 kilogram man stands in contact against the inner wall of a hollow cylindrical drum of radius 3 meters, rotating about its vertical axis with 200 revs per minute. Okay. The coefficient of friction between the wall and his clothing is 0.15. What is the minimum rotational speed of the cylinder to enable the man to remain stuck to the wall without falling when the floor is suddenly removed. Okay, so a man, he's 70 kilograms. Okay, there is no good video clarity, Murli, but on my phone there is video clarity. Can you just, change settings, and instead of auto, can you put it at high picture quality? Yeah, settings, put it at high picture quality. Then, I think it will have quality. Yeah, on mine it's working fine. Okay. Okay. Next question. This question. To prevent slipping, frictional force must balance the weight. Yeah. So what is frictional force? Frictional force is equal to mu n less than or equal to mg. All right. Yeah. So n is what? M omega square r with respect to centripetal force. Mu m omega, you just have to equate it. Mu m omega square r will be less than or equal to mg. Omega square is less than or equal to mu g by mu r. And if you just substitute the numbers, you will get 4.7 radian per second. My name is Catherine. Okay, and I'm teaching physics. Thank you, Chini. Okay, next question. A body of mass 0.5 kilogram travels in a straight line. Alright. So a body that has a mass of 0.5 kilogram, it's traveling in a straight line. And the velocity v is given by 5 times 3, 5 into maybe probably 10 raised to 3 by 2. Okay. 5 into raised to 3 by 2. What is the work done by the net force during its displacement from x equals 0 to x equals 2? Okay. I don't understand your question, Supriya. Yes, an electric dipole, when it's placed in a uniform electric field, it will experience a force. Yes. So what's your doubt there? So what we're going to do is we're going to use the formula work done is equal to delta K, which is change in kinetic energy. Okay. So work done is equal to delta K, which is half mv square. Okay. So now when x is 0, yeah. So this is 5 times 5x raised to 3 by 2. 5x raised to 3 by 2. Okay. So when x is 0, it's 5 into 0 raised to 3 by 2, which is 0. Okay. When x is 2, it's 5 into 2 raised to 3 by 2, which is 14.14. Now, how will we calculate kinetic energy? So, to calculate kinetic energy, we do half mv square. Yeah. So, initially, we'll take 0 square and we'll also take 14.14 square. So, we get two kinetic energies. One is 0 joules and one is 50 joules. What is work done? Work done is final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. So, which is 50 minus 0, which is 50 joules. Okay. This is useful for all Karnataka papers. Okay. Because all of you have the same syllabus, which is from the PU board. These are all questions papers from the PU board. Okay. So, Uttar Karnataka, North, South, East, West, whichever Karnataka you are from, this will be helpful. Okay. Okay, so W is equal to K2 minus K0, 50 minus 0, which is 50 joules. All right, next question. A bullet of mass 100 gram is fired from a gun with a velocity of 432 kilometers per hour. Okay? It strikes a wooden plank and emerges out in 0.01 second with a velocity of 144 kilometers per hour. Calculate the work done by the bullet in penetrating wooden plank, and the thickness of the wooden block. Okay, so bullet has a mass of 100 grams. What all things are given to us in the question? Let's write all that first. Mass of the bullet point is given as 100 grams. 100 grams is what? 0.1 kilograms. Okay. Initial velocity is given as 432, which is 120 meters per second. Final velocity is given as 144, which when converted, it is 40 meters per second. These many things are given to us in the question. To find out work done, we need to find out final kinetic energy and initial kinetic energy. Why? Because work done is change in kinetic energy, which is K final minus K initial. Yeah, work done is K final minus K initial. Okay, so here first I'll find out K by using my first mass, first velocity. Then I'll find out the final K by finding second mass and second velocity. So this will be half times 0.1 into 120 square equals 720. Half times 0.1 into 40 square equals 80 joules. So work done will be the difference between the two, which will be 640 joules. Okay. Now, the equation of motion is going to be equal to V is equal to U plus AT. So A will be V minus U by T, which is minus 8,000. Okay. So now what all do I have? I have work done. I have final velocity. Now to find out displacement, to find out X, what should I do? I should just substitute that in the formula. S is equal to UT plus half 8. These are all 5-mark questions, okay, students? So U is how much? 120 into time is, how much was it? 0.01 second plus half times acceleration is minus 8,000 into again time is 0.01 square. So if you just solve all of this, we will get the answer as 0.8 meters. Okay? Yes, we will get 0.8 meters. Okay? Are you understanding? Are you all tired? Tired of solving problems? See, I am solving all the numericals. 2 marks, 3 marks. These are all 5-mark numericals. Yeah? I'll finish in another 20 minutes. Okay? Okay. Next question. A bullet of mass 0.12 kilograms and horizontal speed of 70 meters per second strike a wooden block of mass 0.4 kg and instantly comes to rest with respect to the block. The block is suspended from the ceiling by means of a thin wire. Calculate the height to which the block rises. Okay, so what is going to happen here? A block which has a mass of 0.12, speed of 70, another block. This block is going to hit another block. Collision. Okay, a block of mass 0.012 kilograms will go hit a block of 0.4 kilograms and instantly comes to rest. Okay, they come to rest. Now, this block is hung by a thin wire. Okay, so when it comes and hits, we have to calculate the height to which the ball rises. Okay, so it's hung like this. When it comes and hits, what happens? This will go up. So we have to calculate the height. Okay, you have to calculate the height to which it goes up. Okay? Okay. So, using conservation of linear momentum to find the speed of the block, what we're going to do is we're going to find out momentum. Momentum is what? Mu plus m into 0, which is mu. Yeah? Yeah. So, the final momentum is what? M plus m into v. Students, this is very easy. See, initially, the total initial momentum is mass of the first block into initial velocity of the first block plus mass of the second block into initial velocity, which is 0. Yeah. Why is that? Because initially, one block is at rest. Okay, so its initial velocity is 0. The other is coming and hitting. That will have an initial velocity of u. Now, final momentum will be how much? Both of these stick together. So total mass will be m plus m, and it will move with the speed of v. Okay, so that's how I get equation 1 and equation 2. You have to understand the concept behind this. Equation 1 and equation 2. Okay, Supriya. Expected derivation. I've already done a class Asian. You can just go to the channel and look at the sessions where I've done very important 2 markers, very important 3 markers, and very important 5 markers. Okay, you can just watch that lecture. All the important derivations are there. Okay. Okay. I think I've done a video on important derivations as well. I don't remember if it was for first PU or for second PU. Okay, now according to conservation of momentum, initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Okay, so mu should be equal to m plus m times v. Now, when you rearrange this equation, we will get v is equal to mu divided by m plus m. I know m, I know u, I know capital letter M. I substitute, I will get 2.04 meters per second. Yes, that's what I got. Okay, so now I have the final velocity. Now the question is, calculate the maximum height to which the block goes up. The maximum height. Okay, so to find out maximum height, again I take conservation of energy. Hi Anu, I take conservation of energy. Okay, so what I take is, I'll take kinetic energy is equal to potential energy. So what is kinetic energy? Half times, what is the mass? M plus m, because both the blocks are together, into v square is equal to, what is potential energy? M plus m times gh, mgh. Yeah? Yes, mgh. And then what I will do is, I will equate the two. M plus n and m plus m will cancel. So half v square is equal to gh. So v square will be gh by, no, h will be v square by 2g. That is what is written here. H is equal to v square by 2g. And the answer will be 0.212. Okay? Very easy. You only need to understand what's happening here. Yeah? So there's a block that's hanging. Another block comes and hits this. And then together they move to a certain height. We should find out that height. That's all. Thank you, Anu, for telling me my teaching is very good. Okay? Yeah. Yes, if you've understood the question, then it's very easy to do it. Step by step, you can do it. Okay. Okay. Next question. Okay. Next question. A rain drop. Okay, there's a small drop of rain. It's small, so its mass is only 1 gram. Okay, a small drop of rain which has a mass of 1 gram. It's falling from a height of 1 kilometer. Okay, it's falling down from a height of 1 kilometer. And it's falling down with a speed of 50 meters per second. So what all do we have to find out? We have to find out work done by gravitational force, work done by resistive force. 2 work dones we have to find out. Okay, so it's a very simple concept. This is a 1 kilometer long wall. A drop of water or a drop of rain is falling down with a speed of 50 meters per second. Okay. Now, when it reaches the ground, so work done by gravitational force is basically change in potential energy that we've already learned. See, every time work done by gravitational force is change in potential energy. So, Wg is what? mgh. So, it's going to be 0.001 into 9.8 into 1000, which is 9.8 joules. Okay. Now, to find out the work done by resistive force, we find out the kinetic energy. How will we find out kinetic energy? Half mv square. I know half, I know m, I know v. So, I just substituted. I will get half mv square, which is 1.25. Now, when you subtract the two, I will get the resistive or the difference, which is 8.55 joules. Okay? Yeah? Okay? So what is happening here? So initially the raindrop is at rest. Okay? As it falls down, what happens? It has kinetic energy. Yeah. So that kinetic energy is what we're calculating. So if we know initial potential energy and the kinetic energy when it comes down, then we can find out the difference. Max Madalva. Max, now I can't do for tomorrow, dear. I need to make some content, no? Yeah? So today evening, if you come and tell me to do max today evening, how will I do it? These classes that I take for you, I have a lot of preparation that goes behind. So like hours and hours of preparation is how I type out all these, I solve all these, and I come and present it to you. Right? So if you just tell me to take a max class, I can't do it in seconds. Yeah? It takes a lot of effort. I hope you all, promote our channel and, that's all that we need for the effort that we're taking. Okay. Repeat which question, dear? This question. See, there's a raindrop. Okay. So one thing you need to know, work done is equal to change in potential energy. That is already I taught you in the chapter. Work done is change in potential energy. Okay. So how much is my change in potential energy? Change in potential energy is mgh. Yeah. Change in potential energy is mgh. So this this raindrop, initially it has potential energy. When it starts moving, it has kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy of a moving body. Okay, so when it starts moving, it has kinetic energy. So if I subtract potential energy and kinetic energy, I'll get the difference in work done. That's all. Okay, next question. A pump on the ground floor of a building can pump up water to fill a tank of volume 30 meters cube in 15 minutes. If the tank is 40 meters above the ground and efficiency of the pump is 30%, how much electric power is consumed by the pump? Okay. So mass of the water pump is rho v. See, density is mass by volume. Density is mass by volume. So mass is density times volume. Both are given. So I will multiply it. I'll get the mass. Okay. Step 2, what I have to find out? I have to find out the work done in lifting. I already taught you work done is the same as potential energy. So to find out work done, I will find out potential energy, which is, I put the numbers, I'll get 1.1 into 10 raised to 7 joules. Okay. Yeah. Now to find out output power, I just have to do the work done by time where I get output power. Now to find out input power efficiency is basically total output power by total input power. Now rearranging, input power will be P output by eta is efficiency. So I will get this answer. This is a direct question. I'm just solving one after the other. See, I need to find out potential energy. No, I need to find out work done. Work done is potential energy. So I can do mgh, but I don't have mass, but I have density and volume. So from that I find out mass. Now I have my work done. I need to find out power output. Power output is work done by time, and then efficiency is what? Output by input. Okay, next question. A rope of negligible mass is wound round a hollow cylindrical cylinder of mass 3 kilograms and radius 40 centimeter. What is the angular acceleration of the cylinder if the rope is pulled with a force of 30 newtons? What is the linear acceleration of the rope? Assume that there is no slipping. Okay. So let's say moment of inertia I, let's say it's mr square. Okay. Moment of inertia is mr square. We've already learned that. Yeah. M is what? M is the mass, it's 3 kilograms. Radius is 40 centimeter, which is 0.4. So you will get the answer as 0.48 joules. Okay. Now, torque is given by F cross R. So 30 times 0.4, 12. Torque is also I alpha. Substitute. Alpha is alpha R. And then you'll get the answer. These are all. You need to know the formulas. Okay, only if you know these formulas, you'll be able to write them. But if you know the formulas, it is just direct substitution. Nothing complicated here. Okay, just direct substitution. Yeah. Hi, Asian, I just saw your message here where you said my Kannada is not nice. No? Trying to make fun of me. No, I'm not going to talk in Kannada. I don't want to speak Kannada to people who know Kannada, because my Kannada is not that good. Okay, next question. A solid cylinder of mass 20 kilograms rotates about its axis with angular speed of 100 radians per second. The radius of the cylinder is 0.25 meters. What is the kinetic energy associated with the rotation of the cylinder? What is the magnitude of angular momentum of the cylinder about its axis? So here, students, you need to know the formula for moment of inertia. This is a table that gives you moment of inertia of various quantities. So you need to know all those values. So if it's a solid cylinder, the moment of inertia is half m r square. Okay. So this is basically half times mass is 20. Radius is how much? 0.25. So if you do the math, you will get 0.625. Now to find out, calculate the kinetic energy of rotation. What is the formula? Half I omega square. Okay. Kinetic energy is what? Half I omega square. So this is basically half times 0.625 into 1000 square. So it is 3125. Now to calculate angular momentum, what is the formula? I omega. So you will just substitute and get the answer. Here also direct substitution, but you need to know your formulas. Only if you know your formulas, you will be able to do these. Okay, students. So that's the tricky part about solving numericals. Only if you know the formulas, you will be able to solve these. Okay. Yes. Okay. Are you all done with this one? Quickly let me know if you're all doing it. Are you all doing it or you're just watching the class? Are you writing and solving? If you're all writing and solving, quickly put some fire emojis in the chat. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Put some fire emojis in the chat. Yeah. Quickly put some fire emojis in the chat. Okay. Okay. Asian has put some bomb emojis. Firecracker. All right. Next question. The angular speed of motor wheel is increased from 1200 rpm to 3120 rpm in 16 seconds. What is its angular acceleration, assuming the acceleration to be uniform? How many revolutions does the engine make during this time? 4 pi radians or 576 rotations? That's the question. How will you do it? So, first thing you have to convert RPM to radian. Okay. So 1 RPM is 2 pi by 60 radians. You need to know that. Okay. 1 RPM is 2 pi by 60 radians. Initial omega is what? 1200. It's 1200 to 3120 RPM. So both you have to multiply. So 1200 into 2 pi by 60 divide 3120 into 2 pi by 60, you will get the answer. Angular acceleration is change in omega divided by t. So you just have to do omega f minus omega I. And then, how did you get this equation? This is the same equation as x is equal to ut plus half at square. So many times I've explained x is equal to ut plus half at square. Instead of x, I put theta. Instead of initial velocity, I will put initial angular velocity. Instead of final velocity, I will put final angular velocity. Alpha is acceleration, angular acceleration. Students, this chapter is easy if you connect it with equation of motion and study. Okay, so see, x is equal to ut plus half at square. You should write it as theta is equal to omega it plus half alpha t square. compare and write. Okay, then it will be clear to you. So final answers are angular acceleration is 4 pi radians, n is 576. Okay. Next question. A wheel of mass 10 kilograms and diameter 0.5 meters rotating at 120 rpm has its speed increased to 720 rpm in 8 seconds. Find the torque acting on the flywheel. Okay, let's have the torque. Omega I is 120 into 2 pi by 60. Omega F is 720 into same type. And then same equation we've used in a previous question. Moment of inertia of a cylinder is what? Half is equal to 1 by 2 mr square. You substitute the values. Angular acceleration is omega F by omega I. Torque is I alpha. Same question I've already done. Same thing but different numbers. Okay, so this is a homework. I want all of you to solve it and check if you're getting the answer. Okay, last chapter, gravitation. We'll do some few questions on gravitation and wind up today's class. Alright? Okay. Assuming the Earth to be a sphere of uniform mass density, how much would a body weigh at a depth equal to half the radius of the Earth if it weighs 250 Newton on the surface of the Earth? What will the weight of the same body at the center of the Earth be? Okay. So, formula already we know. For depth of the formula is, when I'm saying already we know, you might be saying, ma'am, we don't know, but you should know. You have your midterm exam. You should know these formulas. Okay. Yeah. Gravity at a depth is how much? Gd is equal to G times 1 minus D by R. Okay. And weight varies with gravity. So, Wd is equal to W. Instead of gravity, I just put it as weight. Well, how am I able to do that? That's because weight is mass into gravity. So, mass is the same. So, I can say weight is gravity. Okay. So that's how I put Wd equals W, which is equal to 250 times 1 minus 1 by 2, which is 250 into 1 by 2, which is 125 newtons. Gravitation is not there for midterm. It's not there, Asian. It's not there for anybody because some students told me that they have gravitation for midterm. Are you sure that you don't have gravitation? So if you don't have gravitation, then you can stop from here. Those who have gravitation, this is how you do it. Okay? Okay. So no gravitation. Should I do these? Anybody has gravitation for midterm? Please put yes in the chat. Okay, anyways, I'll just explain it. Find the acceleration due to gravity at a height of 400 kilometers above the Earth's surface. For above, what is the equation? GH is equal to G into R divided by R plus H square. Okay. All the values are there. You substitute it, you'll get the answer. Direct question. Okay. Solids and fluids are there. Oh my God. So your school has your college has a different portion. Okay. Anyways. Next question. A body weighs 63 newtons on the surface of the Earth. What is the gravitational force on it to the Earth at a height equal to half of the radius of the Earth? Okay. So WH is equal to WR divided by R plus H the whole square. H is R by 2. And then you substitute, you get 28 newtons. Okay. Even in Guru Raj and RRSS, long time. How are you? In all your schools, only the system of particles. Okay, then I will just show you these questions. So for those who have gravitation, you can just go through these questions. Okay, it's fully solved here. So even if you have doubts, all the steps are here. Okay, so you wouldn't have a problem finding those out. So these are the questions that I have from gravitation. Okay, and I will share this PDF it will be updated under the description of this video. So you can join Vedantu Karnataka Telegram channel and get the notes. Alright. So I think that's an end to numericals for your midterm exam. Students, I've put in a lot of content for the past 1 to 2 weeks. I've done 1 markers, MCQs, 2 markers, 3 markers, 5 markers, and now numericals. All the content is out there. The only thing you have to do is watch these and study. Yes. So promise me that you will all watch these videos and study really hard and do very well in your midterm. Yeah. Yeah, because I put in a lot of effort for all this so that you people can get good marks. And when you people shine bright, that's when we teachers become happy. Yeah, because even though we don't see each other, we have a connection, right? That we're connected. You all are my students. So I want all of you to prepare really well and do really well. All your offline teachers should be proud of you. Yeah. Okay. So no tension with whatever time you have. Start preparation. Yeah. With also revising, revise properly and do really well in your exams. Okay. Yes. Promise me you'll all do really well. And after exams, I want all of you to come under the video and comment on how the exam was. Yeah, I want to see comments saying exam was good, ma'am. Most of the questions came. I'm looking and waiting to see comments like that. Okay. Yes. Are we all good? And all those who have, found this video helpful, please send this to your friends so that they can also study from this. And subscribe to the channel, like, share, and share it to all your friends, all your class groups. Ma'am, please give tips. My main tip that I give to all my students is whatever derivation you study, study it properly. So some students, they study bits and pieces of every derivation and they forget everything. So if you are studying one derivation, for example, Newton's law, study that properly. Okay, whatever you're studying, study it properly. Even if that question does not come for midterm, it will come for end term. So whatever you're studying, study properly. Okay, put away the Instagram, YouTube, everything. If possible, YouTube, I'm on YouTube. No, okay, fine. YouTube you can watch. Put away Instagram. Don't waste time online. At least this 1 week of your exam, study properly. Yeah. Yes. Are you all ready to study properly? Tell me you'll all do well. I'm trusting you all with your midterms. I'm trusting that you're all going to do well. Okay? Alright. So until we see again, bye bye. Take care and rock your midterms. Alright? So after midterms, we'll start with kcet. Okay, we'll have a lot of more videos coming in for kcet and everything you need. Vedantu Karnataka has it. Only thing you should do is stay subscribed. Okay, bye bye. See you all with another wonderful video. Till then, take care.